Coach, Portland's in a little bit of a bad way. They haven't won in 5. I'm curious what your thoughts are, your biggest challenges making this long trip to take on the Timbers in Portland.
Yeah, first of all, it's a long trip, so that's the reason why we are traveling tomorrow, 2 days before the game. And what we have seen from Portland, the last games which we analyzed, they played both 2 structures. So one structure with 3 center backs, another structure with a back 4, and with a clear philosophy against the ball, with a clear identity with the ball. So, and also with a lot of good individual players, especially in their transition moments, with a lot of speed in their forward line. So we have to be very aggressive. We have to be very to have the right focus, the right concentration to read these moments when they pass deep. And of course, on the other side, we have to create our moments, especially with the ball, to play very clean, very simple, with a clear direction. And now it's the game on the road. We know our story. This is what we have to be very open about that as well. We know the story in that season, and but now it's the moment. Okay, after this national break, to be ready, and it doesn't matter if we are playing at home or on the road. We have 5 games to go, and now directly with a good performance, and then to do everything to get these 3 points.
We'll go to Anthony next.
Coach, you had a lot of players in international duty, really quick turnaround. How are they health-wise, and are there any availabilities that we should worry about for the game over the weekend?
Yeah, we have to check Julian Hall. He had some problems beginning of his training camp with the national team, and he made today individual program. So we will see tomorrow when he joins our team training session if it's possible to join. The other guys, Carlos and Chupo, they arrive tomorrow. We will see. We have to check. Both of them, if they are ready. Victor as well, Bogac. So he played, he scored. That's good for his confidence that he scored a goal. So the guys now, at the end we have to check tomorrow. Then we know more about that. But I would say right now, no one came back with an injury from the national team.
We'll go to Mark in the room.
Saw Lewis out there. We talked 2 weeks ago that he was to be integrated into team training.
Yeah.
Is he integrated, and is he possible for Saturday?
Yeah, he was integrated the last 2 days in our team training session, more modified. Was not full team training session, and so today is Wednesday. So that means we have tomorrow and on Friday the team training session. Tomorrow we have to decide. Okay, is it an option for us to sit on the bench? I would say right now it's a question, but the really good message is that he joined the last team training session in a modified way.
We'll go to Dan Feuerstein.
Good afternoon, Sandro. Hope you're well rested from the international break. If I can ask you about Maxime Crepeau, very strong goalkeeper for Portland. He's done wonderful things both club-wise and internationally with Canada. How are you going to try and solve him, trying to get those goals to get that 3 points? And also,
oh, that's a good question.
And also, how disappointing is it that you won't face Felipe Carballo since he suffered that ACL tear with Portland on his loan over there?
Yeah, first of all, we are very sad with his injury, to be honest, because he's a great guy. He's a very professional player, and we have seen this when he played for us. So it was tough when we got this message with his injury, and but of course I'm always happy to see my players, also my former players, and so we have to look if we see him around the field, off the field, and to analyze how we can score against the goalkeeper. That's a really good question, to be honest. First of all, we have to create the chances. So I'm not sure that the goalkeeper is involved then in these moments, how we want to create the chances. And of course, and then it's always the same when you have a 1-against-1 situation or top of the box when you want to take the shot. then with the whole confidence. That's always the same with our strikers, with our wingers, with our 6-8 position. This is what we need, and we have a lot of respect for Portland, and also for the goalkeeper, and especially not only in his behavior against the ball, also when he has the ball with long passes directly behind the defense line, and this is what we analyze. But at the end, okay, our confidence is important, and first of all to create our chances, our moments on the road.
Go to Gary.
Good afternoon, Coach.
Hi, Gary.
International breaks being what, of course, the norm in whatever league you're in. Chicago won, so does this game add any added significance? And second, does the international break either hurt or help your team as far as getting ahead for the stretch run?
Gary, 2 questions. So first of all, of course, I watched the game Chicago against New England. And on Saturday night, first of all, I watched the game USA against South Korea in our stadium, and then I moved home with my son to watch the next game. So it was a full soccer game day for me in the stadium and then on TV. But so at the end, it makes no sense to think about the results of from the other stadiums, from the other opponents. We know the situation right now, so it's clear we have 5 games to go, and we need points. That's clear. So, but that's very simple to say about, okay, we need points. It makes more sense to think about, okay, what do we need to get these points, especially on the road. And that was our preparation the last 10 days. It was not only the preparation to start yesterday in this regular week for the game on Saturday, and was very intensive last week in our training session, and also from the physical point, which we need now to go. And we worked very serious in our principles, against the ball, with the ball, especially to create our moments. And that was the topic. It was great behavior from all the guys here in our training session, off the field and on the field. And now we have to do everything what I said when we tomorrow, when we travel tomorrow to Portland, and then to be ready on Saturday when it's kickoff.
Go back to Mark in the room.
1 goal in your last 3 games. It's been tough. The goals have come in bunches, and then these stretches where you can't find the net. What has to be different on Saturday? Is it just a question of being more clinical, relaxing, letting the chances come? What's the challenge here?
Yeah, I would say first of all to have to create our basic behavior on the road. That's important, and to play very aggressive, very intensive against the ball. This is what we did very well the last couple of weeks. But of course, then to create our moments. So we had a lot of chances to win the game against Columbus. We had a lot of chances to win the game in Charlotte, and that's always to believe in our quality to create our chances, and that we are always able to score. I think that's the most part. That's the main part, most important part for us, and not to think too much about how many minutes we didn't score. So we have to believe, and I would be more nervous, to be honest, when we don't create chances. So we had a lot of chances, and of course, and in our training session we practiced a lot in the final third to have our runs, our patterns. But at the end, it's match day. Then we have to see, and we have to show then our quality. But I'm pretty sure that we have the quality to score. But first of all, we have to play very aggressive against the ball. This is necessary, especially on Saturday in Portland on turf.
We'll go to Sean.
Coach, danke for your time today.
Danke. He said danke.
You did.
Bitte.
Yes.
Bitte.
So the 2 words I know that I'm allowed to say.
Oh, yeah,
So-
that's great.
You were, thanks again. You were at the stadium for the Korea game.
Yeah.
It was a sea of red. It was a full house. There were some players that came through your system. There were a number of players from MLS. How does that make you feel? I mean, are you a little envious? Are you thinking, you know what, when my team can do this, we'll do better, we'll have the crowd, da-da-da. What's going through your mind as you're experiencing? I mean, I'm looking around, I'm seeing a sea of red. I'm going, you know what, this is pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's very difficult to compare now a leagues game compared to a national team game. So I think that's. I was really surprised what I can say about a lot of Korean people what I have seen in the stadium, and it was an amazing atmosphere there. And also it was a very interesting game from both teams. I would say first half Korea made a great job, and second half our national team, the national team from USA, they had a lot of chances maybe to change the result. So it was very interesting to see from my side as a fan and not as a coach, to sit there and to enjoy the atmosphere in the stadium. It was so loud, especially when Son had a touch on his foot, so everyone was then directly in the game. And I enjoyed the game. The result was not so good from our side, from the USA side. But it's difficult to compare. Difficult to compare a leagues game than national
Goals
team.
have been tough to come by in the attack. You guys have really tightened up in the back considerably over the last few weeks. Talk to us about the teamwork and how that's come together.
I think they have been quite solid the last couple of games. Especially, I think the key is not conceding too many chances. I think is the best way to, if you want your goalkeeper to save as well when they get a chance, but if you can keep them from getting as few chances as possible, that is the key. And I think we've been good at doing that for most part of the season. I feel it's been a little part in the summer we were a bit lost that a little bit, and then I think we found it again. So that's something we need to keep working on, because that's always the foundation of our game, the defending part.
All right, we'll go on Zoom to Daniel Fiorentin.
Hey, Noah, hope you're doing all right. Just to pick up on what Mark said, was it a tactical change you think it was? Maybe more of a positioning change for the back line to keep the goals out of your net and not get beaten from behind?
I think like I said before, I think we actually started the season quite well as well, defending, keeping a few clean sheets, and then like I mentioned, I think we lost it a little bit in the middle of part of the season, and then I think after the Chicago game we really got back to the basics, position-wise and also mentality-wise, that this is what the foundation, like I said, of our game, the defending part. And since then I think it has come back to where we started the season. I think it's more of that, coming back to the basics, doing the basics right, and everyone working very hard together. I think that's going to be the key also going forward.
Noah, talk to us about the challenge of making this trip. Right, it's 3,000 miles. You haven't played as a team in 2 weeks. A lot of players are away. Talk to us about the challenge of pulling it all together and the road problems that you guys have had this season.
Yeah, no, of course it's a challenge. Like every game in this league is very tough, and I think what you say about the distance and players away, that's not something we can affect, not something we can do something about. So I think it's just about accepting that and seeing it as an opportunity. I think if you think of it as a challenge, then I think you're gonna weigh yourself down. So we have to think of it as an opportunity for, like you said, we have players away, maybe other players will get a chance to play instead, and they will have to use that opportunity to play well.
We'll go to Sean on Zoom.
Thank you for your time today, Noah. You and a lot of the players on your team are rather young. How does that work out with all of you? Some of them are younger than you, your age, and all new to the professional level at playing, though you joined, I'm assuming it was an academy in Malmo at about 12, was it?
Sorry?
You had joined, I believe it was an academy?
Yeah, that's right. Exactly, that's right.
So now you have players that are coming up through your system, the same. Are you seeing differences, similarities in the preparation that you had to what they have, as you're now both at the same place with the same background, only in different places?
That's a great question. I think, I'm starting to feel like an older now in this team. It's a lot of very young players, and I think both for myself, I think I had in Malmo, there's a great academy with all the opportunity and all the facilities that you need, and I think it's the same for the the kids here that they have every opportunity with great facilities and great pitches and great coaches to help them. So I think it's just about using them. And what I see, I think there a lot of them are good at working hard and trying to improve. So I think, like I said, I think there's great opportunity here for young guys to come in and make an impact.
We'll go to Daniel again.
You know what? I just wanted to ask you about Felipe Carballo. Obviously, unfortunately, he got injured for Portland on his loan over there. Talk about him when he was with you last year in your stretch run to the MLS Cup final. What type of player was he, person he was in the locker room?
Yeah, great person, first and foremost. Such a beloved guy here in the dressing room by everyone. I think no one had a bad word to say about him. And yeah, obviously the impact he had in those playoff games was massive. I think, that speaks for itself, the performances and the goals in important games. So yeah, very sad about his injury, but I know how resilient he is and how hardworking he is. So I know he will definitely come back stronger. But yeah, we wish him, of course, all the best, and hopefully, like I said, he can come back soon.
All right, we'll go to Gary on Zoom. Gary, we can't hear you. All right, we can't. We'll go to Sean. Oh, sorry. We can hear you, Gary.
Okay. Of course, we don't need to go through the struggles you guys have in a row, but you know that this game, takes added significance because Chicago won, drops you 2 points below in the standings. So, with that said, has there been discussion amongst your teammates and knowing that this is a game that you need to just, with 5 games left, you need to get it together, during training, or you guys know what you need to do as professionals, you need to get it done. So, which half of the coin am I talking about at this point?
I think we all know what we have to do. I think no one has missed how the other teams are doing, but I think the key is if we focus on ourselves, I think we will and win our games. That's the only thing we can do, and if we do that, I'm pretty sure we will be in. But like I said, we have to do it. We have to look at ourselves, and I think that's what everyone in the dressing room also feels, that we have a lot of experienced players as well as the young players that knows what we have to do. So I think it's not about thinking too much what other teams are doing. It's more about just focusing about these games that we have, and more importantly, this first game we have here.
All right, we'll go to our last question with Sean.
Finally, again, thank you for your time. There's been a dearth of goals of late from your team. You've had a number of players up front out injured. In the games of late, I have noticed a lot of your defenders getting forward more, getting on goal and everything. Is that something that you're seeing as players are saying, you know what, we have the space to get it, or the jobs are getting done up front? Is this kind of causing, any strife within the team? The lack of performance, the lack of the goals up front?
No, I don't think so. I think, of course, we all want to help and score and do, but I have a full trust in the attacking players that I try to focus on defending first and foremost. That's my job, and I have full trust in the attacking players that we have. We have so much quality and has showed it all throughout this season with the amount of goals they have scored up front. So I think it's not something that we think about in the team. I think, of course, if we can add in and score, that's something also we have to add set pieces goals that we try to work on. So of course that's something we can do, but otherwise, we have full trust in the amount of quality we have up front, and